When I was growing up in the 1950s and the early 1960s, my family of seven went on many camping trips. We slept in a small tent or in a black rambler with seats that folded down for sleeping. One area we visited several times was the Gunflint Trail in northeastern Minnesota. We would drive to Grand Marais on the shores of Lake Superior and buy smoked fish there. We liked to walk along the shoreline of this largest of the Great Lakes. Then we headed west out of town along the Gunflint Trail. One lake we camped at more than once was Flower Lake. Our favorite campsite there was the one at the top of a hill with a trail that led directly down to the lake. All the lakes along the Gunflint were clear, and we could see to their bottoms. If it was ever warm enough, we went swimming. And my father eventually bought a small rowboat with a small outboard motor, and we would tour the lake. We hiked through the huge red and white pine trees and along portage trails. We sometimes hiked to high overlooks where we could see the forest and lakes for miles around. Or we would climb the steps to the top of Forest Service outposts. We often awoke to the haunting calls of loons. Sometimes bears visited our campsite at night, but usually our food was safely stored away in the rambler. Once my father showed us an area he had worked to clear trails and make campsites when he was a young man in the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps, in the 1930s during the Great Depression. My father grew up on flat farmland in western Minnesota, and he seemed to love this part of northern Minnesota, the shores of Lake Superior and the pine forest and its chain of clear lakes. I love it too.